it do, y'all? Welcome to the Corner Store Podcast. It is your boy OMD-DEX300. Welcome to the show. It is April 13th, Saturday, April 13th, on a rainy day in Los Angeles, California. Not too rainy though. Not one of those days where, it's the hills are sliding off of each other or whatnot. Not one of those kind of days, no. Slightly rainy, a little cool out there. Nevertheless, we are here. Corner Store Podcast, coming from the San Fernando Valley, just northeast of downtown Los Angeles. What's happening with y'all? Yo, I'm glad to be here. This is episode 103, I believe. I've been getting these episodes mixed up. So if you go on the page and you look and see and everything, they'll be edited correctly. But on some of the actual videos of me talking about whatever subject I was talking about or whoever I was talking to that day, I may have messed up and said it's episode such and such when it ain't. So hopefully you get all that straight. Regardless of that, some wonderful content on my page, the Corner Store television page. Corner Store Podcast is my baby. I love this show. This is something real to me. It's real for me because I actually get to talk about what I want to talk about and talk to who I'd like to talk to. At least you one day. Who knows? But welcome to the show. First and foremost, I started out silly on the show, dancing around, being goofy. Obviously, this is live right now, and pretty soon I'm going to be shooting another podcast. It's not going to be live. It's just going to be regular video and some cuts on there and sort of certain things happening. I may be doing that today, maybe tomorrow or the day after. But I was, being silly at the beginning of this pod because, I'm a silly guy. That's really my personality. I love music. I love movies. I love being funny and all of that. So with that said, some serious stuff happened. And this is the serious portion of the podcast, at least at the beginning. Yo, the other day, a woman, a young, they say she was, I don't know if she was a podcaster or if she was some type of a social media, some kind of influencer, some type of way, that got so into the online sphere and all of the rhetoric that's getting thrown around. I don't know if it was TikTok or was she, I know she's on something and she supposedly had a name. I don't even have the woman's name. I'm sorry I didn't write down all the stats on this one. I actually have some other things that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. Well, anyway, this young lady, this happened here in California on the 405 freeway, killed her significant other and their child by throwing them out of the car because she thought this was the apocalypse because of the eclipse that just happened. Let me tell y'all something, the media in the world. This world is getting weird, man. I've been saying this on this podcast forever. People take things literally now more than they ever have. I mean, they literally take things literally. The crazy thing is, the more people be nuts like that, the more it becomes a epidemic. You can't tell me that's not facts. It's an epidemic out there. My heart goes out to, whoever her family is and, the little kid getting killed because of all of this rhetoric and all of this nonsensical stuff. Believe me, when God comes back, you going to know. It ain't going to be nobody down here that can predict it. Nothing. Ain't none of this eclipses, all these natural phenomena that be going on Earth. Now, I believe in the paranormal and all these different things like that, but they ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is all of the shit that these scare tactics is being used down here and making people lose their marbles. They're playing on people's minds and their emotions to do these weirdo ass things. I wouldn't be surprised if people put that shit out just to see who will react to it and kill somebody or kill themselves. That's sick in itself. So it's a bunch of people living like Saw out there. You know what I'm saying? Like Jigsaw, coming up with all these deviant ass plans. I hope that ain't the truth, but let's just keep it real. Or just call a spade a spade. No pun intended to the skin, to my skin color. Let's just call a spade a spade. Because some white person out there probably would do, you know, try to use that pun. But anyway, people's minds are really, really soft and squeezable right now, like a chew toy for a chihuahua. People not using their minds and thinking. People are not rational no more. You can't tell me people are rational. People are irrational. Hell, they say this shit in movies. And Men in Black, go look at the part where Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones was on the bench. I don't know if that was Coney Island or wherever they were. It was somewhere by the water, by the Hudson in New York. And he was saying, man, why don't y'all tell people that you guys exist, the Men in Blacks exist? Man, I can't tell people that. I can't tell people that we exist. People, he said, a person is rational. People are crazy and unstable. He said, what if you knew? It was a perfect example. I really can't say the line verbatim. I wish I could. I actually should be able to do that real soon. I'm going to start popping these lines up and on video and the whole 9 yards. You'll see. Because this is very, very important. Tommy Lee Jones says something in that scene. He says, basically, the whole world, like you take 10 million people in a city, I can guarantee you at least 800,000, maybe more, at least 800,000 of those people were fucking crazy as fuck. And some of that, if they're in relationships with somebody or whatever, or in proximity to somebody to actually hear them talk all day or whatever, that shit could rub off on somebody else who's teetering on insanity, you know. And what's insanity? Insanity is really, like Dave Chappelle said, calling people crazy. It's what did he use? What term did he use? Calling people crazy is you can't, in other words, you can't really say what's crazy or not because that person acts that way. Just because it's not so supposedly the norm, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody walk around normal, whatever, and this dude just walk around doing like this. People will say that's crazy, but who knows? Maybe he has a condition where he just got to walk like that or some shit. But let's keep it real. If a dude want to walk around like that, he should be able to, and nobody should be tripping as long as he ain't bumping all into you or whatever. But that's how society is. There's a lot of people that be walking around like this. And some of them really be in their mind be walking around like this. So you got to watch out for them fucking people, man. It's crazy motherfuckers out there. And they easily swayed by shit that's on the internet. You know what I'm saying? People believe the world's still flat. This ain't 1690 fucking two. This is 2024 and you still think the world is flat? I say a lot of things about conspiracy theories like Antarctica. I ain't never been to Antarctica. Who knows what's down there? Who knows why they go and research down there? I don't know. What if it is an ice wall and there's land back? So, I mean, what are we going to do about it? The common man that's out here working every day, taking care of his kids, the country and the world is going to keep him so focused and so busy on fucking surviving. You ain't got no other recourse but to just say, if that shit came to light, what could you do? Even if they said it was aliens, what could you do? You can't do shit. What you going to do? Go to Rouse and riot and get all the toilet paper for what? What you gonna hoard all the toilet paper so when the aliens get here, you'll be able to shit on yourself better? Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. If a meteor's coming, why would you riot? A sane mind would be like, man, kiss your ass goodbye, or try to find a mountain to dig into or something to when that shit hit, maybe you'll survive or something. But instead, people gonna riot. People gonna go crazy, burning up shit, breaking it. This is the sick part. If some shit like that happened, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like you've seen the disaster movies when the meteors coming, they never do the real shit. Sometimes they do. I think probably that movie The Purge was the closest thing to what would happen in some old disaster, weirdo type, survival of the fittest type shit. People was getting raped, all kind of shit. There's some dude that live in your building that know he'll never talk to you, but he's really a weirdo and wants you and probably taking pictures of you. You don't even know. The meteor's coming. Everybody's gonna die. He's thinking to himself, man, fuck it. I might as well go ahead on and do it. Ain't nobody gonna care. The meteor coming, the police ain't doing nothing. People rioting, just try you and shit. It's crazy people out there just like that. That was a hell of an example. I'm sorry. I know that shit was weird. Yo, check this out. I'm gonna go to this particular app and see if I can find some stuff that I saved. Hold on. You gotta hear this. Nah, not that one. What is this here? Now this sickened me. And I already knew this company was weird, but listen to this.
Disney employees arrested on Child X charges in less than 10 years.
What? Hold on. I think I'm having some technical difficulties.
At least 35 Disney employees in and around Florida have been arrested and accused of X crimes involving children since 2006, CNN reports as part of a 6-month investigation. So far, 32 of those cases have resulted in convictions. If you're interested in reading this article, you could go Google it, pull it up. Here it goes. But I want to bring your attention to this guy right here. His name is Victor Salva. Guys, Victor Salva was arrested, charged, and pled guilty to lewd and lascivious conduct, oral X with someone under the age of 14, and procuring a child for a home movie, or shall I say, pornography. Victor Salva was sentenced to 3 years in state prison. He served 15 months and he has to register as a lifetime sex offender. He completed his parole in 1992. Anybody remember?
This world is sick, man. More and more. You can't tell me. I know people out there see this shit. You can't tell me more and more and more people are being weird as fuck like that. And that's what brings me to the homie Diddy. Right under our nose. This so-called mega mogul, music mogul, kicking it with Clive Davis. I always thought that was a weird matching of the minds. I always thought that was weird. The young as he was at the time when he was working at Uptown with Andre Harrell, and him and Clive Davis become close. I always thought that was weird. Clive Davis. I bet you behind closed doors. I'm sorry, Mr. Davis, if you ever see this podcast, but let's keep it real, man. You would have, I'm sure you'd probably say, I was one of the few white people that would give these people a chance to have their music played and all that stuff. You play that card, I get you. And you're probably right about that. But what did you get out of it other than maybe a couple bucks here and there? I'm sure you did pretty well, paying out and saying this is what I need to get back and da. But what else was promised and done? White people always have an ulterior motive, man. I'm not trying to be a dick by saying none of this and none of that. But what I am saying is there's always a price to pay. And there's always some kind of skeleton that a brother have in his closet when they become super on the top. As you rise in whatever field you rising in, primarily entertainment or media based. I don't know if it happens in like the world of the medical field, like if you're a rising doctor and some top doctor at the top of the trying to touch you on your balls, or I don't know if it happens in that field, or a bunch of lawyers at a firm say, we'd like you to become partner, but we're going to have a fuck party. I don't know if that kind of shit happens in those other fields. But the entertainment industry, the film industry, just entertainment in general, you know what it is. Ballet, all of the arts. It's a bunch of touchy-feely motherfuckers in that business. Even the ones who don't even know how to do the arts that want to pay for the artists to be artists. They touchy-feely. It's just the facts. If you're a new artist, and hopefully you got some kind of control over your art and how you want to distribute it in a whole shebang bang, that means you ain't got to succumb to none of these wives. There's some kind of way, even if you're in control of your shit, if you're a hot artist, somebody that's in the top, get up there, let's pop in awards, people, whatever, is going to get you in the room somewhere, a party, and be like, whisper in your ear because it's loud in there with the music and go, yeah, I suck penis. Get the fuck, and if you don't know Diddy, that motherfucker, and be shun him and do one of them, get back off my ear, nigga, before you get socked, or be like, yo, man, I don't run that way. I'll slap the shit out you, back up, type shit. You're gonna be in there. They're gonna like that. If you don't react negatively to that shit, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we got one. So that's why this kind of stuff, what I just played on this recording, happens, like with Disney and all that. Disney is a known corrupt ass place. That place got underbet. There's something. Walt Disney was. There was rumors. Now these are all rumors, but you can look this up yourself or Google it or whatever. There's rumors that Walt Disney was not only like one of them stonecutters or masons or whatever to be having them robes on and doing those meetings and shit with the chanting and all that bullshit, but they say he was a satanic worshiper too, and he could not stand black people. Walt Disney. He wasn't making those movies for us. None of that Fantasia, none of that shit. Snow White, all that. And if you look at the films, every one of those films, depending on if it's Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, whatever, have been reused over and over again. Same shots. If you go look at Sleeping Beauty and you see the ballroom scene, then go to Beauty and the Beast and look at that ballroom scene, it's the same shot. All they did was change the characters. That place has been getting millions and millions, and then they go and buy ESPN and ABC. The dark stuff always wins. Just like Charleston White said it best, and I don't even quote dude much, but he said, hey, man, bad guys always win, man. Especially on this planet. Let's just keep it real. You can still get your bag and live kind of good as a media. You got to be able to stand against this bullshit too, which I would do. I don't care how much money they throw at me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm gonna stand for good. It's just I got to. I can't do no other. It's too that other shit is too weird. I can't do it. That shit is just too weird. I can't do it. Now this was a trippy ass incident that happened in Los Angeles. Check this out.
Harrowing scene on the streets of Los Angeles today. A city bus driver carjacked at gunpoint. The bus then speeding through intersections, vehicles crashing into the side of the bus, and that bus slamming into the Ritz-Carlton at a very high speed. ABC's Zoreen Shah in Los Angeles.
Tonight, this hijacked, out-of-control Los Angeles city bus caught on camera speeding through a busy intersection, cars slamming into its side. Just after 11 p.m., a man verbally threatening the bus driver before reaching into his waistband for a gun and ordering, "Just drive."
Damn.
The bus careening through traffic, the hijacker grabbing the wheel, colliding with an occupied vehicle before plowing into the Ritz-Carlton at a high speed. The suspect fleeing on foot, taken into custody, now being held on kidnapping charges. In front of the crashed bus,
The stuff that be happening in LA is like a movie. It's like a movie all the time, man. Shit that go on out here. I've seen shit like this. Not gunpoint shit all the time, but somebody getting pulled over with gunpoint and everything. It's always something crazy going on in LA. I gotta realize that means other cities like Philly and Detroit, the same kind of shit be going on, maybe even worse. I don't understand this country we live in, man. I don't understand why the government will want to see things the way they are. You know what I'm saying? I had some people on the live earlier. They probably jumped off because I ain't really got no guests on today. Ratchito or nobody like that. But they're gonna be coming on real soon. A couple other artists too. They're gonna be blessing the studio. And man, I'm just trying to do my thing. It's Corner Store Podcast 103. And to be real with you, man, stuff got to change as far as inflation and the way things are going, it has to. If it gets any worse, people are going to be getting robbed in the streets for groceries. I'm telling you, people already running up in people's houses and trying to take whatever they can. They're going to make it crazy. And then they had the nerve to make this movie called Civil War that just is coming out. Civil War, I mean, they basically telling you right to your face what's going on, what's happening. You know, all you got to do is listen. All you got to do is listen. It's a crazy world we got going on right now. I'm trying to find a story about Iraq. It was something about Iraq attacking us. Not attacking us. I'm sorry. And I don't even mean to say us as far as the United States. But I am trying to say that America has warned Israel of an attack by Iran. If that happens, I will guarantee you that World War III will happen. It will start. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything biblical. I don't know if that has anything to do with, I don't know what it has anything to do with when it comes to the Bible. I know they're supposed in Revelation. If you don't know your Bible, that's fine, whatever. But in the Bible that I've always been taught out of, which I ain't really fond of anymore, the King James Version, it's supposed to be a big war that happens. And a lot of weird stuff started going on. But irregardless of that, a lot of people have already died over there in the Middle East behind money. And that's all it's about. That's all it's ever about. Money and greed and power and trying to tell somebody what they going, can and can't do, where they can and can't live, where they can and can't live. That's all it's about. It's the same thing here, but they call it redlining. Pretty sad situation we got, man, in this world. Some of us are doing well doing our art. I just saw some pictures of a beautiful Sanaa Lathan on vacation, I think, with her mother and family. It's kind of beautiful to be able to take those personal pics and put them out on social media. And that kind of helps her career because they're like, damn, she's still looking good in the mug. And of course, thirsty mugs like me sitting up there looking. I'm like, yeah, she do look good. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sonya Ingersoll. But to be real with you, people got to go on and do what they got to do. Even though all this crazy stuff going on in the world and people speak on whatever issues they want to speak on, like herself, and I don't know what particular things that particular actor is speaking on, but I know she stands on something. They got to keep working and showing how beautiful they are in order to get work and to do work and eat, just like me. So we can't be tied. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so much going on in the world. Even somebody with influence like her can't be tied down to talking about what's going on in the world. And she also understands too that if she does do that, it could kill her career, because all of a sudden certain people will start listening like, hold on, you trying to use your platform to make shit good? I don't think so. And that's real spit. Yeah, so with that said, I gotta admit, I've been feeling kind of up and down lately, y'all. Feeling a little blue. But the only thing I know really is to be on this pod, talk about what's going on in the world, give my opinion, kind of be silly about it at the same time. And you know what I'm saying? Get my therapy, so to speak. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people think it's weird to talk to yourself. I think if you're doing something or you're trying to think, if you forget where the scissors are, you're like, where did I put them scissors? Ain't nobody else in the room, so you're obviously talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that. Be aware of your surroundings. Love yourself as hard as you can, because ain't nobody else gonna give two shits about you. especially if you don't care. If you're out there looking terrible and, you know what I'm saying, and not take care of yourself and all that, people see that. And people will assume you don't give a fuck about yourself. That's just facts. That's how the world works. It's real convenient. It's real easy to understand, too. That's why a lot of cats don't have girlfriends. Because it's gotten to the point where women analyze every inch of who you are, from the money all the way down to the cuticles. Let's say you do have money and you tall and you kind of look like what a woman wants. I guarantee you, if she go to your house, she gonna look in your medicine cabinet. And if you got some fungus nut cream in there, she probably gonna drop you. Women are very, 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 very particular today. So particular that marrying them was gonna be a chore. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all women. Don't think I'm hitting on y'all or being mad or trying to say something negative about women. Women are great. Women are wonderful. I have a good one. Wonderful. I'm too happy with the one I've been blessed with. But I will say this. You guys are very particular. Today, you more particular than any time in history. You're making it really hard on cats, especially now that women are saying men have to make $1 trillion just to be with them. It's not going to bode well for relationships down the road. It's just not. I'm just being real. Today has been a good day regardless of the weather in Los Angeles. It's been really, really nice. I've been feeling good. I've been relaxing. I've been writing a little bit. Been doing my thing. Got sort of an audition on Monday. But really, man, everything's been going good. I can't help but be happy and thank God, Mighty Yahweh, for everything that I have, everything that I do, all the ups and downs I've had, and all the glorious, glorious days ahead. Thank y'all for coming to the Corner Store podcast today. I hope when you see this later on, there's not many people on the live today, which is totally cool. It's a Saturday. People are doing their thing. I hope you get something from the show. I appreciate it. I got some artists coming up on the next episodes. And I'll see y'all next time. Corner Store Podcast. It's your boy. I don't know why I touched my nose like I'm from Star Trek or some shit. What? I'll let y'all. Come here, bitch.